Welcome.
Thank you.
I was just welcoming you in. Going to let everyone know who's on the call. So let's start. World runner-up in 2019, currently ranked #2 in the world. Alex KESSIDIS, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So how's it been going? Under these unfortunate circumstances, how have you been?
I've been good. Here in Sweden, everything is still good. So I can keep my training going.
And from my understanding, you can train, but no physical contact with somebody else, correct?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
We didn't practice wrestling for almost 2 weeks now, but everything else is available.
All right, so let's start here. I started to reach out to people who knew you yesterday, and someone described your life. They said some people build wrestling into their lives. Alex built his life around wrestling. Everything you do is to become better at wrestling. So let's start with, where did your love from wrestling come from, and what is it about wrestling that really brings you into the sport?
The love for wrestling came from my father and my grandfather, I think. They were both wrestlers. My big brother is still a wrestler. So I just started at a young age, and I was stuck.
And from my understanding, your mother's Swedish, your father's Greek.
Yes.
And your grandfather wrestled for Greece. Your father and your brother actually wrestles for Greece now.
Yes, my brother wrestles for Greece now. My father stopped at a young age, so he didn't compete for Greece or for Sweden. So my grandfather was a Greek champion many times. My brother is a Greek champion. I chose Sweden. So we represent both sides of the family.
Can you go into detail about that? How did that come to you wrestling for Sweden, him wrestling for Greece? Did you have a choice, and when did that choice get made?
Yeah, I had a choice. I competed for Greece at the Cadet European Championship 2010. But after that, I was so young, I don't remember. My father and my mother, they wanted me to wrestle for Sweden. So I just changed. But I'm born and I grew up here in Sweden, so it was an easy choice. It's better to wrestle for Sweden than Greece, for me.
Yeah. Can you imagine the Greek fans now? They're saying, after seeing the World Championships in Nur-Sultan, they're saying, come on back. We'll welcome you back, right?
Yeah, I know. They want me to compete for Greece, but it won't happen. So I'm sorry. My brother can represent Greece instead. Maybe he can take some medals.
Yeah, and you guys travel the world together, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty exciting. How much older is he than you?
6 years old.
6 years older. So it's a good bonding experience for you guys to be going all around together. Do you have a favorite spot that you've been together with him?
Oh, I don't know. No, not really. I like to go to Russia for training camps. So maybe Russia.
We'll talk about Russia. I pulled up an old Instagram post for you about Roman Vlasov from 2017. We'll get that to a little bit. But let's start in 2017. The weight class was 80 kilos, and since it's dropped down to 77. And your success over the past couple of years since the weight class has dropped down to 77, you've taken 5th at the World Championships, and now you've taken 2nd. So what is it about those 3 kilos that has really taken your wrestling to the next level?
I don't really know. I don't think the weight category. I was not heavy enough for 80 or 82, I think. So now I'm heavy enough for 77. So everybody drops like 5-6 kilo, and I needed to do that too. And when I was fighting 80 kilo, I was 81 kilo, so I was too small for the category. So now 77 is better for me.
And your progression over the last 4 years, because the first World Championships that you competed in on the senior level was in 2016. So that was the non-Olympic weight World Championships. So you take 11th there. Then in 2017, you take 9th. And then 2018, you take 5th. And then 2019, you take 2nd. So your progression to the top has been, it's been remarkable. And what that shows is
it shows that next time I'm first.
Right. Yeah. There's nowhere else to go besides to #1. But
Yeah.
What do you attribute that success to? Because you're constantly looking back at what you did in the last tournament and you're improving on it. So where do those improvements come from?
Yeah, from hard training. I dedicated all my life for wrestling, and everything I want to do. My only goal in life is to be a European World and Olympic champion. So every day I don't go to work or anything else. I only train wrestling, and that's my big goal in life, to become a Olympic champion.
And your losses, I mean, you look at your losses, you lost to Chikirkin, Victor Nemeth, Maxim Manukin, Pascal Eisel, and Rafiq Husanov. Those are your world championship losses. I want to say the only one who doesn't have a world medal in those 5 matches is Pascal, and he has a world bronze, world bronze medal. So everybody either has made the finals, won a world title, or has a bronze medal. So when did you realize, at what point did you say to yourself, man, these guys that I'm losing to are top level. I have what it takes to be a world champion, and I need to get that 1 or 2 extra %. So when did you say to yourself, I'm right there with the best guys?
I think 2018 at the European Championships, when I placed 5th, I understood that I need more strength and condition to beat these top level guys. I'm too weak, my technique is my best side, but doesn't work on the strongest guys. So I needed to build some muscles and condition, and I have, but I need some more, of course. But that was my main goal, and after that, yeah, I took some medals.
So what are you weighing? Yeah. What are you weighing right now?
Right now, it's maybe 83, 84.
And is that where you want to be? Or would you prefer to be heavier?
No, I want to be maybe 82.
Right
82,
around.
83. I don't want to cut too much weight, because then I get too tired at the competition. I can't fight good. So, but now it's okay to be 83, 84, because we don't have any tournaments soon. But before a tournament, like 2 weeks before, I want to be maximum 82 kilo.
And let's jump to the World Championships. Your breakout performance at the World Championships came in Nur-Sultan. End up winning 4 matches en route to the 2nd place finish. Let's start with, how did you feel going into the World Championships?
Oh, I felt good. All the time, the only thing I think of all the time is to become a world champion. So everything was good. I was like, I can do this now, because I knew last year I placed 5th. This year I'm stronger, I have better condition. I can take the medal, maybe become a world champion, and almost. So everything was good.
Yeah, and what was, because there's so much at stake. Of course, you mentioned the world medal is at stake, but also when you look at the Olympic spot that's available. So how do you prioritize that? Do you say the world medal right now, I just focus on the world medal, and if I get that world medal, then the Olympic spot will come? Or what held higher priority?
Of course, to qualify for the Olympics. That was a main goal, but when I won the quarterfinal, I didn't think like, okay, now I can stop. I was semi-final, 1 more match, I'm in final, and after that, it's 12 minutes more, and I'm a world champion. So I had never any thoughts about like stopping after I qualified. I want to be a world champion all my life, so I just kept focused, and this time it didn't go all the way, but next time, I promise you all.
One match away, but let's talk about that quarterfinal match. You win the first 2 matches, and then you're wrestling against Muhammad Ali Garai out of the Islamic Republic of Iran. And you see his first 2 matches. And, I mean, he was – if you just looked at who was wrestling early and who was doing well, it was him. I mean, I want to say in the opening match, it was against Hyun-Woo Kim from Korea, who was an Olympic champion, and he ended up blanking him 8-0. And then his next match, I believe, another 8-0 technical superiority victory. So coming into you, he may have been the hottest wrestler in the tournament. Did you guys game plan for him in any sort of way?
No, I don't change my game plan. I always have the same game plan. You know, I don't focus on what he do. I only focus on what I can do. So, of course, I knew he beat the Korean and the Azerbaijan guy, and they are two good wrestlers. But I was the best wrestler this time. You know, I wasn't scared. I was like, okay, one more match, and I'm in the Olympics, and I just focus one match at a time. So, you know, my friends who were competing also, they told me like before the fight, oh, he did this and he did this, he's good at this, and I was like, I don't care, I will kill him, you know, and that's what I did. But he's a really good wrestler, and maybe next time it won't be that easy. But this time I was the best.
Yeah, in that match, you started out down 1-0, and where you don't want to be with Garay is underneath because he's so dominant from that lift position. You end up getting out of it only down 1-0, and there were 7 seconds left in the opening period. You're down 1-0, and then you get to those double underhooks. You throw them by, you get the takedown, fleeing the hold, and then a failed challenge. So you go in 7 seconds, you go from being down 1-0 to up 5-1. That completely changes the landscape of the match.
Yeah, of course.
Into the second period, you have that 4-point lead. What was the message from your corner coming out?
For me, you know, I get tired very easy, so I don't like to fight the whole 6 minutes. So when I was leading with 5-1, I knew it's only one 4-point throw away from winning the fight. And I'm a very open wrestler. I like to get in situations, and I knew he likes that too. So I just waited for the perfect moment, and then I ended the match with a 4 point.
Yeah, that was
just out of wonder.
Yeah, your heels get to the out of bounds line, and there's what I like about your style of wrestling is there's no hesitation. Whenever you feel or you get to your lock, you go for it. There's no pause in your wrestling. So where does that come from?
I don't know. It's inside of me. The timing, you know, they press you to the zone, and they think they will get that 1 point, but I don't stop until it's over. So it's the timing.
Perfect timing on that. Yeah, so you mentioned it. You pick up the 4-point throw. You end it 9-1. That celebration that you had we have some great photos of it. But can you walk us through the emotion of that? Because you said your whole life goal has been world, Olympic, European champion. And now you know that you finally locked up that spot at the Olympic Games. So what was that like for you as an individual, for your coaches, for your country?
For me, it was, you know, I always think that I will become an Olympic champion, world champion, and all that. That's how I think all the time. So I just waited for the perfect moment, and then I ended the match with a 4 point.
Yeah, that was
just out of wonder.
Yeah, your heels get to the out of bounds line, and there's what I like about your style of wrestling is there's no hesitation. Whenever you feel or you get to your lock, you go for it. There's no pause in your wrestling. So where does that come from?
I don't know. It's inside of me. The timing, you know, they press you to the zone, and they think they will get that 1 point, but I don't stop until it's over. So it's the timing.
Perfect timing on that. Yeah, so you mentioned it. You pick up the 4-point throw. You end it 9-1. That celebration that you had we have some great photos of it. But can you walk us through the emotion of that? Because you said your whole life goal has been world, Olympic, European champion. And now you know that you finally locked up that spot at the Olympic Games. So what was that like for you as an individual, for your coaches, for your country?
For me, it was, you know, I always think that I will become an Olympic champion, world champion, and all that. That's how I think all the time. But I also know that just to qualify for the Olympics, it's so many good wrestlers that doesn't even do it. So when I won that match, I was so happy. I was happier winning that match than the semifinal. So yeah, it was amazing.
And to end the tournament, you talked about the second place finish. Were you happy about the second place finish? Obviously, there's improvements to be made, but overall, what was your mindset like after capturing that silver medal?
I was empty. You know, I lost 8-0 in like 1 minute to a guy that I beat 3 weeks before. I beat him at the German Grand Prix. So yeah, I was sad. You know, I knew I could win the fight, the match. I knew I could be a world champion, and maybe I hope not, but maybe I won't get that chance again in my whole life, being in a world final. So yeah, I was empty inside, and you know, of course, now afterwards I'm happy because I took the silver medal and qualified for the Olympics. But after the fight, I was not so happy. You know.
And now the target's going to go from everyone else's back to on your back. And looking back to 2017, the target was on Roman Vlasov's back as he was coming off winning a second Olympic gold. And funny, one of your posts from 2 days before the World Championships, you had a photo of you standing, looked like to be in the arena, and it said, 2 days left, I'm here, I'm ready, I'm coming for you, Roman Vlasov. So can you just walk us through what you were thinking during that time?
I was thinking that at that time, I was thinking I could beat him. I can beat him. You know, I want to beat him, and I need to show everybody I'm ready. You know, I wasn't. I was so. How can I say it? I was just so ready to become a world champion, and I knew to become a world champion, I need to be the best guy. And Roman Vlasov is he's the best, you know, 2-time Olympic champion in that category. It's so hard for me. I've been watching him since I was a little kid, you know, and I always wanted to be like him. But 2017, I realized that I don't want to be like him. I want to be better than him. So that's what the photo about, you know. I'm still coming for him, you know. I need to beat him. He's the best, and I want to be the best.
I like that quote. I don't want to be like him. I want to be better than him. That's great. That's something you should put on a T-shirt.
Yeah, maybe.
So he doesn't qualify for the Olympics. At 77, he loses in the round of 16 or quarterfinals in Nur-Sultan.
Yeah.
Did you see the match, or were you wrestling at the time?
No, I didn't see the match, but I've seen now afterwards.
And it's either going to be him or Chikirkin to try and qualify the weight at the European qualifier. Who do you think their best option is? Would you go with Chikirkin, who was the 2018 world champion, or would you roll with Vlasov, who's the 2-time defending Olympic champion?
Does it matter? They can just send whoever they want.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think either way, if Chikirkin goes to the qualifier, Vlasov will go to the Olympics. And that's the only good thing about this coronavirus right now for me, that the Olympics is next year, because then I will be more ready to beat Vlasov. I think maybe this year I wasn't ready, but next year 100% I will be there and beat him. He's the one I want to beat in an Olympic final. I want to stop him from becoming a 3-time Olympic champion. Then everybody will know how good I am, stopping him from taking the 3rd gold. So that's my goal: become Olympic champion and beating Vlasov in the final.
And now the target is going from, you had the target on Vlasov's back, and now a lot of people are looking at the world rankings. You're sitting number 2 right now, 2 points off the number 1 spot, but that target's on your back. Do you welcome that target? What do you say to the younger wrestlers who are looking at the rankings and they're saying, I want to take him out?
Let them come. I'm ready.
So let's move to the European Championships. You just finished with a bronze medal in Rome. Can you talk about your performance? You ended up dropping your opening round match to Levi, who finished with a silver medal, but you won 3 matches, including a win over Islam Opayev, to capture that bronze medal. What are your thoughts after that? So you come off the World Championship 2nd place finish, right into a Continental 3rd. What are your thoughts?
I'm happy with that bronze medal. Of course, it's easier to win the bronze fight than losing a final. So every time when you win the last fight in a tournament, you're happy. But my weight cutting that tournament wasn't so good. I cut too much weight. I was on vacation in Mexico before, so I was over 85 kilo. and it was hard to go down to 77, and I didn't feel so good before the first fight. You know, I didn't recover myself so good, and I lost to a very good opponent. He's really good. So I knew he would go to the finals, or I hoped, and that's what he did. And then the day after I felt better, and I won my 3 fights, or 4, 3. Yeah.
And you end up. Please go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. No, go you. You can go.
So you end up picking up those all-important ranking series points, and you move up to within 2 points of Lorenz. Is that something you were focused on prior to the cancellation of a lot of the events this year, was moving into that #1 seed?
No, I don't focus on it so much. I don't think it really matters so much because it's only 4 guys that get seeds, right? 2 in the top and 2 down in the bracket.
Yeah.
And it's like 10 more guys that's on the same level. So in the category. So I don't think it matters so much if I'm 2, 3, or 4 in the bracket or on the seed. So no.
And I look at weight classes like 130. Can you imagine if you're Riza Kayalp and you're the #1 seed, and then Mijan Lopez, who's not going to be seeded, he comes in and that's a potential to have him first round.
That's why it doesn't matter for me either, because Vlasov is not seeded. So it doesn't matter if I'm #1 or 4 because he's not seeded. So I can fight in the first fight, the first match. So yeah. I don't know. I don't really know about the ranking system, if it's good or not. We will see.
First time for everything. We might as well let it run out, right? See how.
Yeah, of course.
How it plays out. Your Instagram bio says future Olympic champion. Let's look forward to Tokyo 2021. Your initial thoughts on the postponement. Can you give those for us? With the Olympics being postponed and you not being able to at least have a shot to achieve your dream this year?
Yeah. As I told you before, for me, I will be in my better years. I will be 26 years old when the Olympics starts. I think it's better for me, and I have more time for training. So for me, I think it's good, but mentally I was focused to compete this August. So that was the only bad thing, now, and also not everything. All the tournaments are postponed. I don't know what to do now, So that's for mentally, it's a little bit hard, but there is next year. I think it's better for me, the Olympics.
So looking back to a year out from 2019, what was your mindset like then? So a year out from August of 2020. So looking back to 1 year, what was your mindset like? And when do you expect to get back to where you were there?
Can you ask me again? I didn't focus.
Let's look back to, August 2020 was supposed to be the Olympics.
Yeah.
Looking back to August of 2019, what was your mindset like then? Were you in full Olympic mode then, or did you allow your mind any time to relax?
No, I was in full Olympic mode since 2016. When I knew after Rio Olympics, my only goal after that was to qualify for the 2020 Olympics. So I'm just happy they didn't cancel it all. It doesn't really matter that they postponed it 1 year. It's okay, But yeah.
Now,
I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's say you could wrestle one person, anybody, any weight. Who would that be? It doesn't matter if it's a 55 kilo guy or 130. Who would you like to see? What's one wrestler you would like?
Wrestle me?
Yeah.
I want to wrestle with Karam Gabler. You know him?
Turkey?
Egypt.
Oh, yeah.
Egypt.
2004
Olympic champion.
Okay.
2004 was Olympic champion.
And I believe that Mohammed El Said Ibrahim, I think they're somehow related.
Yeah, I have no idea, but maybe, yes.
And so now, who are 2 guys you would like to see outside of yourself wrestle? So is it?
Oh, I want to see. Let me think 1 second. Can I take at the moment, right now, that's still competing.
Yeah.
2 guys.
We'll go
Doesn't matter if they are smaller or bigger. Okay. I want to see. It's a so hard question. I want to see so many guys. I want to see Lopez with Alexandrian.
That'd be a good one.
But they need to be in the same weight, of course. But I want to see these 2 powerful guys compete. Yeah, it would be nice.
I was thinking about it earlier, and I think I would go Barrero and Kenichiro Fumita. I think both of those guys.
I can make if you give me 5 minutes afterwards, I can give you 10 good fights, easy.
That you would like to see throughout different weight classes?
Yeah.
Also, off topic, I heard that you're the Swedish team barber. Is that true?
Nah.
Do you cut people's hair on training camps?
Yes, I do. for fun.
Yeah, for
you need
fun.
a haircut?
Oh man.
Oh shit. Yeah. It's too much hair. I can't handle that. Only short on the sides and
the taper or the fade?
Yeah. Maybe it's not. I call it a fade, but it doesn't look like a fade. You know, doesn't fade in so good.
Yeah. So now, I mean, I really don't have anything wrestling related, but what are you doing outside of training now with some of your downtime? You play video games, you watch movies?
Of course. Everything. I watch movies, I play video games, I cut people's hair. And
training.
I go to the training, yeah.
All right. Well, the floor is yours. Do you have anything you want to say to your fans? Please let them know where they can follow you on all your social media channels, and we'll let you get out of here.
Yeah. I have one thing to say. I want to give a shout out. A shout out to my friend from USA, Crazy Hancock. I hope you're safe and staying home. But I also hope you're making good training, because don't forget, you lost to my brother twice. Twice.
And where can everyone follow you on social media?
Here on Instagram, Alex KESSIDIS, and on Facebook, Alex KESSIDIS.
All right, Alex, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you nothing but the best of luck moving forward to Tokyo 2021.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Take care.